Nepal and Norway have cooperated for many years. It started as people-to-people cooperation at grassroots level. Nepal is a partner country for Norway, which means that Nepal is a priority country for our development cooperation. And our annual assistance to Nepal amounts to approximately $30 million annually. Our main focus for cooperation that is education, renewable energy and good governance. And these are our main sectors, and these are in line with the priorities of the government of Nepal. And of course, gender equality and climate change are always on top of our agenda. So those are cross-cutting issues that we always have to take into account in everything we do. I would like to commend Nepal for the significant progress when it comes to access to education. Almost all children in Nepal go to school, and I think that is something to be really proud of. Nepal has a huge potential for hydropower, and back home in Norway, hydropower has been a driver for industrialization and economic growth. And I hope that hydropower for Nepal will also be a driver for economic growth and job creation. And of course, Nepal is a country which is very vulnerable to climate change, the effects of climate change, and renewable and clean energy is a crucial part of the solution. I would say that we still support marginalized communities. We do this through Norwegian NGOs. Many Norwegian NGOs partner with Nepali NGOs. We do this through the support to the United Nations, the United Nations here in Nepal, with this common goal of leaving no one behind. Inclusive education, I mean, we support the education sector here. Inclusive education is particularly important for children from marginalized communities. So I would say that the marginalized communities are very much a target group for our cooperation with Nepal. Nepal is moving in the right direction. Consider the considerable progress in the peace process, Nepal's progressive constitutions, and this year, the elections in May and November, overall peaceful and orderly elections, and I would say those are milestones for democracy in Nepal. And if everything goes according to plan, Nepal will graduate from the group of least developed countries in 2026 and then become a middle-income country. So I would definitely say that there is progress and Nepal is moving in the right direction. Norway is not the federal state, but a lot of power is decentralized to the local governments, the local level. And if federalism is to succeed in Nepal, it's important that local and provincial governments are able to deliver good services to the people. And I think that if you visit visit municipalities in Norway, you would find a lot of similarities between when you look at the tasks and responsibilities of local governments in Norway and in Nepal. Although we have some of our municipalities are very small. For instance, we have a municipality called Utsira, and they have only 188 inhabitants. And I don't think you have any municipalities in Nepal with so few inhabitants. We continue to cooperate when it comes to good governance. And the aim is, of course, to make governance systems effective and efficient. I believe that it's also important for parliaments to engage with citizens, and so there should be openness and transparency. Parliaments, of course, are very important as democratically elected assemblies, and they represent the people. And in Norway, there's a lot of transparency and openness in our parliament. We have journalists in parliament. They can go there every day if they want to. They can move freely around. We have always TV cameras when there are parliamentary debates, and we also have a gallery for the general public if they would like to sit down and follow the debates in parliament, because we value openness and transparency. Norway is cooperating with the parliament in Nepal. We support, we have a project with UNDP called the Parliamentary Support Project. I believe that transparency and good governance are important foundations for development, and also strong institutions prevent individuals from abusing power for their own gain. And that is why Norway is one of the donors to the provincial and local governance support program. That is about capacity building and building stronger institutions. Norway's ambition is to continue to be a leader in climate finance, and we supported the establishment of the Fund for Loss and Damage at COP27. We see this as a very important outcome of COP27, although there are still some modalities which will have to be worked out. From the Norwegian perspective, it should be a common responsibility, a global responsibility, to support those countries which have contributed themselves very little to climate change, but they face the harsh realities. That should be a global responsibility.